HSBC Hong Kong Sevens.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kings Park here in the heart of Hong Kong. Absolutely beautiful day to play a game of rugby. This late autumn, early winter sun here, about 20 degrees. Humidity is low, and we have game 2 of round 6 between DLA Piper Kowloon and HKU Sandy Bay. And I am joined here in co-commentary by Strew Main. How are you, friend?
I'm good, thank you, Cookie. It's definitely a nice day for it. Looking forward to seeing the boys get out there and hopefully come away with a bit of a win over the day.
What's the reason that that you are sitting here beside me and not on the team sheet for Kowloon, mate?
Fortunately, just had a bit of a calf injury. Coming back, hopefully get the all clear to be back in for next week's game against Club. So
fantastic!
Nice little run out.
Fantastic. So obviously Kowloon got off to a pretty decent start with 2 wins from the first 3 games, and then you ran into the juggernaut of Club just before the break, and then last week a 41-7 loss to Hong Kong Scottish. What was the story there?
Yeah, we always know Club's going to be a big game, and it was a tough 4 weeks. We had a few boys playing in the international team, which was great to see them come away with the win, and then coming back against Hong Kong Scottish, just things didn't go our way. We played good, energetic rugby, but couldn't quite get over the line.
Yeah, and Sandy Bay are currently riding in second place, just ahead of Valley on points points difference. They've had a couple of losses so far, both against Club, and last week they got undone 30 points to 18. I think you were at the game. I was watching on YouTube. What did you make of last week's game?
Yeah, last week's game was good. It was definitely a good one to watch. Watching Sandy Bay, they had some very good plays in there. I think it was tough out there for sure, but I think the score definitely didn't do Sandy Bay justice. They played very good rugby at the time.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier when we were chatting, there were sort of 3 distinct swings. Club went out 13-0. Then Sandy Bay scored 18 unanswered points. Followed by 17 unanswered points by Club. It was kind of like the pendulum swung.
It was definitely a pendulum game, so it went both ways, and both teams had a very good shout at taking it at any point. But like I said, Sandy Bay did play some good rugby last week, so looking forward to seeing what they come up with today against us.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see CCO Lewis Wilson going up against his original Hong Kong club, Sandy Bay.
Yeah.
In fact, he was team skipper of Sandy Bay a few seasons ago. So obviously he'll be wanting to make a mark against his old boys, as will the Sandy Bay boys will want to make a mark against him. So he's actually, though, got to pull the boots on this week, and there he is at the back there, centre screen.
He's a good player. He's a very strong player as well, and strong leader in the team.
And here we have the Sandy Bay side being led out by Mark Pryor, who is playing his 50th Premiership game for Sandy Bay today. So big day for the big man Pryor. He was at the club when we were formerly known as Hong Kong Cricket Club, but this is his 50th game in a Sandy Bay shirt. So joins Dean Rousseau and Brandon Bellerman, who got that honour last week. So the sun really brightly streaming down, probably slightly behind Sandy Bay. So for the first few minutes of this game, at least, Strew, Kowloon will have the sun in their eyes.
Yeah, it's Mark Pryor getting his 50th as well is a huge achievement. It's definitely not easy to do in this league. But
So
see how we get on.
Sandy Bay playing in their familiar green and red jerseys, playing from right to left, and our referee with a big loud blast early on there. Craig Chan got a little bit of a problem with a P in his whistle. And Dylan White carves off a very modest 12 metres there. So throwing in Harry Sutherland, and Pryor rises and steals that one. Bellarmine gets the ball into the hands, and Corey Winters there. Oh, and a great break by Cam Taylor. Well tackled in the end, but a really deep breach into the 22 here. Matthias, as Sandy Bay now spread out to the left edge. Dean Newvolt, Willem Murray on this wide left channel here. Pryor just drops his shoulders into contact there. Lays the ball back for Laidler. Spanton. Matthias. And Sam Trod in that wide channel. Some good continuity here as Furey carries that ball. And on the blind side there, Zane Augustine. Probably about the 7th or 8th phase here. Badiana drops the ball inside to Murray. They're in the shadow of the post here, and they've spilled the ball. So, pretty handy start there for Sandy Bay after stealing that line out.
Yeah, definitely. They have been on the front foot. Kowloon has been doing well, though, to keep them out of the try area. Just constant defence, and looks like we're going for a scrum now, so we'll see how that goes. First scrum of the game.
The beautiful art of the scrummage.
Sandy Bay have got a big pack, so it's going to be a battle of the height, I think, today.
So, Cinnamon Jr. on the loose head, Murray at hooker, and Augustine on the tight head, up against Holmes Sutherland and Ben Janssen van Vuren. Always a crucial moment, this first scrummage in any game. Almost under the shadow of the posts. Badiana's got it at his feet. Badiana breaks to Laidler. And they get the ball to Cam Taylor. And the try is given. Some fairly simple catch and pass there. Sees Taylor in at the corner. Pretty solid scrummage there from Sandy Bay. Early thoughts, Stru?
Yeah, I have to agree. It was a very strong scrum from Sandy Bay. I think we definitely need to get a bit lower in the scrum. But there's a lot of promising plays coming from us in defence in that first section there. Definitely stuck it out until they got around on the outside. Definitely weren't going through us.
No, it was, as you say, good defence. So after they took that that line-out steal, I guess there maybe was about 10 phases in a row, and some solid defences. Matthias, big conversion from the touchline there. So an early 7 points to 0 lead for Sandy Bay. So as we said in the first game, just drop us some comments in the chat so that we know who is who's out there and watching. So high hanging kick caught by Dean Rousseau. Sporting a new headgear, has obviously discarded his old red one. So the ball back to Laidler, but a transgression from Kowloon. So Matthias makes sure with that one. He missed a few touch finders from penalties last week, which relieved a lot of pressure on Football Club last week. So good to see it at least go directly into touch. And Dana Faree goes up.
It's a lot of movement in that line. That's good to see.
Brandon Bellerman running a hard line, creating a target there on halfway. Laidler comes back to this blind side. Pryor with a deep pullback. Oh, great ball there.
Ooh. Great hit
ball
from Ron. Ron Tavodi there.
As you say, big hit on Murray there, the hooker. Mitch Cox with a rinky-dink little kick on the inside there. So referee Craig Chan trying to speed this game, but some good interplay there, getting the ball into the hands of fullback Sam Trod on the left edge there. But Joe Tanswell with a feed to the scrummage. I would imagine that we'll see some pressure and some heat coming through from Sandy Bay here. So trying to set some standards with these early scrummages. Referee Craig Chan, Hong Kong's most experienced referee at the moment, has been on the World 7 Series. Also was an official at the recent Paris Olympics. Tanswell with a feed. Good scrummage from Sandy Bay, driving straight there. Ron Tavodi, route one there.
Yes.
And draws the penalty there.
He is a very strong
Dean
runner.
Rousseau doesn't roll out, so gives Dylan White the opportunity to carve some yards off, and that's a better kick than his first one. Taking play down inside the Sandy Bay half. Just a slight breeze favouring Kowloon at the moment. As Sutherland Pryor gets up and takes that ball, drops it off to Laidler. That's the second one that's dropped straight into the hands of Pryor there. Guy Spanton gets hit hard by Ron Tavodi there, but a little bit high. And time off. So a little bit of a high shot there from Ron Tavodi. Might. So it looks like so some clear explanation there from referee Craig Chan that it was head-to-head, but Guy Spanton, the Sandy Bay player, was dropping into the contact, so that's mitigated what could have been a red card down to a yellow. So Kowloon temporarily down to 14 men, Strew.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one. I think it was the right call. Head on head, it is getting dangerous with that sort of stuff now. So
yeah, well managed by the referee. Pryor getting his hands to that one, but it's not a clean take. And a knock on by Sandy Bay there, trying to pick the crumbs up. So there seems to be much better simpatico between Harry Sutherland and Mark Pryor than there does with Murray and Pryor. So scrum feed to Kowloon. So just under 10 minutes gone so far in this game. Sandy Bay with a 7 points to 0 lead over DLA Piper Kowloon. So another big scrummage. Another big scrummage there by Sandy Bay. And Mitch Cox over that.
Harry's a good quick player. He wants to get the ball out. nice and quickly and keep the game flowing, which is good to see from a 9.
Yeah, a little bit pedantic there of the referee to bring that one back. But that is an excellent touch finder from that really tight angle there. He's actually dropped it right onto the 5-meter line. So this is more pressure for Kowloon. So Rousseau rises, and that's a pretty good set by Sandy Bay. And the ball back in the hands of Murray. And Kowloon, they've regenerated this. And that's a very, very well taken score there by Sandy Bay. Willem Murray, really good score there. Kowloon looked like they disrupted that and got in amongst it.
I thought for a second that they might have done there. Like I said earlier on, Sandy Bay pack is big. They will, anywhere in the 5, they will be looking to maul that ball over the try line.
Yeah, they did. As I say, Kowloon initially did well to get in amongst it, and it's often very, very easy to panic in those situations and break away. Yeah. But they kept their nerve, held their nerve, regenerated the go forward, and Murray took the ball over the line. And
with the new rule and with the mauls as well, that it can only have one stop, it's definitely a game of just piling people into it even more now, trying to keep that ball moving.
So an early 14-point lead for Sandy Bay. So good kickoff receipt there from Sandy Bay. Harry Laidler going for the box kick. Hobbins. So Gadsby just shepherding that one into touch. Gadsby very much a great sportsman.
Yeah.
Good cricketer. I've played many a game of cricket with Tom. Great batsman, and I've got a few bent knuckles from keeping wicket to him as a bowler. So setting up camp in midfield, but holding on to the ball in midfield. Some really good defence there from Sandy Bay. And skipper Badiana. And it looks like Matthias is going to try and drill this one into the corner. That's hanging again. He's not wasted an inch of that. That's a pretty good kick from there.
It is a very, to be fair, it is a pretty good kick to keep it just in the 5 as well.
Sometimes if you try and chew off too much and you overcook it.
Dylan trying to keep it in it.
He's obviously been practicing, or has maybe heard my words. So Pryor, it's another good initial setup by Sandy Bay, and it's in the hands of Murray. And they're keeping this pressure on, shearing off to the left, and that is try number 2 for Willem Murray.
So that one was just straight to Jacko, that's fine.
Just real clinical play in this first 15 minutes of this game, Strew.
Yeah, like I said before, Sandy Bay have got a big pack, and you know that their maul is one of their assets, so they're making all the right decisions with the penalties that were given away.
So this gives Garrick Matthias an opportunity from the wrong side for him, being a left footer. He's had 2 good strikes so far and been really good with the ball out of hand. That's another good strike, but just holding and going left of that upright.
Looked as if the wind caught it a little bit at the very top of the height there.
Very good to see Marky Komar online up the bay. Probably sitting there somewhere in Dubai watching. And Marlene Jansen van Vuren, obviously relation of Ben, watching in from South Africa. Fantastic to have you aboard. Oh, great take there by Dana Fourie. And he's just kept his shoulders going forward. Badiana pulls it out the back, as does Spanton. Corey Winters getting the ball into the hands of Billy Whiz Cam Taylor. Oh, that's a solid tackle on the gain line there from Kowloon. Sandy Bay regenerate it and have worked hard to get their hands on that one. Badiana pulls it back. Spanton now, those lovely locks flowing, gets his hands free. Matthias was looking there. Badiana, Bellarman well tackled in the wide channel there. Good offload there from Cinnamon. Dana Fourie is through for try number 4. And this is looking quite ominous for Kowloon now, Strew.
Yeah, it's not looking great, but hope the boys just dig deep, keep ticking over. Hope he gets something over down the other end of the field in this next bit of the first half.
Sandy Bay do appear to be having one of those days where passes are going to hand and things are working for them.
Yeah, they've got some good plays coming together, Sandy Bay do, and their forwards are really setting the backs up to be able to play with the ball.
Very, very good break up the middle there by Guy Spanton.
Just again to the left there on that
Almost
one, I think.
a carbon copy of the last one there.
Let me double check for you. Rick, yellow card or yellow? 1 minute.
1 minute to go, I think that was.
Yeah, Tavodi.
Make sure you chase it behind, please, Dylan.
Big hit on Spanton. So there's been a lot of space out there for Sandy Bay to exploit. Deep kick. Bellarman takes it, steps inside and beats the first man. Sets things up. Skipper Lucinda Badiana, fresh from winning 2 BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions last weekend. Ooh. And that was an awful attempted box kick by Laidler. Well charged down. Cam Taylor steps in off his right foot. Makes some good solid ground on that right edge. Good hands there from Cinnamon in the wide channels. And Mitch Cox drops the ball onto his toe for the second time in the game. Ranging out there, some good work from Rory Cinnamon there. And Mitch Cox.
Always nice to see forwards doing backs jobs.
And that is another fantastic carve off of about 20 metres there from Matthias. So Murray getting his marching orders there from Rory Cinnamon. Pryor goes up. Good hard line there. Corey Winters to Cam Taylor, making a lot of ground on that right edge. And now picking up the big fellas, running hard. Laidler's in and wants a quick ball here. And he goes to the blind side again. Corey Winters with a strong carry there. And now back to the big men. Matthias. Just a little show and go there. Had Pryor running hard on his shoulder, which just drew the cover, and that is try number 5 inside 20 minutes. So 29 points to 0 with a kick to come.
It's looking like it could be a long day.
It's
Let you know when 10 seconds left.
certainly could be. And looks like Guy Spanton is
maybe something. Matthias grabbing his hamstring towards the end of one of the kicks earlier, so
yeah,
wonder if something's.
He's had an issue all season with a groin issue. So Spanton adds the extras there. 31 points to 0 now.
Be nice to see Kowloon get the ball in hand for a bit as well. It feels like it's been a lot of Sandy Bay.
Yeah, I think they've barely had the ball in their hands, certainly inside the Sandy Bay half. Dean Rousseau falling into that contact there. Cinnamon there. Lewis Wilson fighting hard over that one. Other than the charge down, Sandy Bay's exits have been pretty good, which has made it difficult for Kowloon. And Mark Pryor has got in amongst the Kowloon line out, so Sutherland will want a decent throw here. Just a simple ball to Hobbins at the front there. And Lewis Wilson, that is a good carry into his opposite number, Badiana there. Hobbins gets around the corner and Pryor has ripped it out of him. And Rousseau drives in hard there. Spanton in a first receiver. Pumps a ball deep. Is it going to bounce and go all the way? Dylan White.
Retreat, Kowloon. Good work, thank you.
Oh, a falcon in the crowd there. The watchword is keep your eye on the ball at all times, ladies and gents. So, yet again, from a kickoff, a decent exit by Sandy Bay. They end up kicking the ball and get a very big net gain. Now the line out just on, or just outside the 22. Dana Faree just flaps that one away. And Laidler pulls it back to Guy Spanton, who with some decent feet. And a good carry there. Badiana. And Pryor with yet another solid carry in the middle of the field. Corey Winters there, just a show and go and just delayed pass. Big loud blast there by referee Craig Chan, but he penalised Joe Tanswell there for not getting out. And that's a pretty meagre gain by Matthias by his own standards there.
Yeah, he's had some good kicks, and it looked to be the easiest one of the day, and it's not quite gone where I think he wants it.
Yeah. So Sandy Bale look to set something up here. Dean Rousseau, good take there. Badiana steps away. Corey Winters. Oh, good footwork there. But the Kowloon defence was opened up pretty clinically there, Strew.
Yeah, it was a very good run from Winters. New player, I'm for the Bay this season. So
yeah,
he's definitely doing some good for them in the back line.
Yeah, he's spent some time from Sandy Bay here.
No green, no. The players in front.
Spanton got his hands in the cookie jar there. Referee Chan told him to get them out.
It's grounded by red, taking in, so scrum green ball.
So some real heat and pressure on there. That was a pretty decent poke through on the kick there, and then a really good kick chase. And it gives Sandy Bay the feed to a scrummage.
Okay, set it, 13
on 5
to go.
metres.
Set up, please.
So Laidler with a feed here, Struve.
Crouch.
It's definitely looking. It's going to be a big scrum for Kowloon to keep the Bay out here.
Yeah,
Fine.
be interesting to see whether Badiana keeps it at his feet and drives forward. Looks like Cam Taylor is looking to come in good control so far from Badiana.
Penalty
And Craig Chan awards penalty.
Under pressure.
Penalty try there. So 45 points to nil.
Substitution complete. Okay, thank you.
So more conventional kickoff here. Well fielded on his knees by Brandon Bellerman. Sets off good, tackle by Hobbins. Badiana, good ball there.
No, leave it, 13, thank you.
And Cam Taylor
Not going to advantage.
drops the ball, but misses his foot there. So Kowloon with the ball in hand, having a crack back. Badiana is all over that one. Then Jansen van Vuren went in, but Gadsby was just too slow on the clean out. And it looks like Charles Jansen has come on. And Garrick Matthias has made way after a really telling contribution in the first 28 minutes. So Charles Jansen played pretty much all of last season as the starting 10 for Sandy Bay. Badiana leading from the front there. Spanson, great ball out the back. But a poor pass there from Jansen. Knock-on advantage for Kowloon. Wilson making himself available. Good ball out the back.
No advantage there. They have a knock on.
So bringing the ball back for a scrummage.
I think Matthias has gone off there with his groin again, like you said earlier.
Yeah, obviously just trying to protect that.
Yeah.
Obviously at 45 0 at 30 minutes. Hopefully Sandy Bay are thinking that the game should be in the bag. So good time to protect him. So the shadows lengthening here over Kings Park Sports Ground as Tanswell feeds this scrummage. All that pressure and has caused a knock-on.
Strong green.
So every facet of this game, Kowloon are under pressure. The ball popped out there for Tanswell. Dean Rousseau swept onto the ball, but then knocked on. So again, anyone who's watching in, just drop us a line in the chat and we'll give you a shout out. Nearly 100 people from around the world listening in. So Harry Laidler puts this ball in. It's gone down in the middle there, but Chan plays it away. Spanton to Taylor, steps inside the first tackle, sets a good target in that edge. So Dana Faree as Laidler goes back down the short side. Playing a lot of rugby in the channels here. Spanton with a decent carry. Pryor pulls it deep. And then Willem Murray's hit hard there. Janssen plays it in the front line there.
Still got penalty finish now.
Solid defence from Kowloon so far. Yeah, Sandy really trying to find a way through.
So they're probing them left and right here, Sandy Bay. Say, oh, good inside ball there, and a great offload to Faree. Cinnamon, again they play in this narrow channel on the blind side there. Bellarmine with the carry.
Crocodile roll. That's just become that legal move this year.
Good call there, Strew. So some manful defence there from Kowloon as Dylan White hammers the ball into the bleachers, taking play up to the 10-metre line.
He's really come on, Dylan, with kicking in his play since being part of the Hong Kong setup. You've seen him develop a lot.
Oh, good throw, and Gadsby up there. Oh, that's a steepling kick there. Oh, great take there from Sam Trod. Lewis Wilson scrags into the ground. And Willem Murray there. Charles Janssen pulls it out the back to Spanton, who shapes to kick, but drops his shoulder. Laidler to Faree. Janssen plays into the front line there to Augustine. Tight head prop. And Bellarmine.
Kowloon looking like they've got a bit more intensity there.
Yeah, it's been a brutal first 35 minutes here. Absolutely brutal. And one of the few unforced errors made there by Sandy Bay, by Bellarmine there, gives Tanswell another opportunity to feed the scrummage just in front of us here. Get a perfect opportunity to see what's going on. Gadsby packing down at 8. Mitch Cox on this blind side for Sandy Bay up against Lewis Wilson. Tanswell gets a good ball away, and he's there for the return. And ball there in the hands of Fung. Oh no,
Mende Carlton, our boy from Shenzhen.
Yeah. Some of the Shenzhen Pirates boys getting some exposure in Premiership rugby here. On a little dink over the top there. Laidler Great drop off to Charles Janssen. Laidler to Spanton.
Thank you, once more, thank you.
High kick, well taken at the back there by
Gorgeous George, we call him.
Gorgeous George. Oh, Dylan White. Strictly Come Dancing would be proud of those feet. Good work there. Skipper James Holmes putting his shoulder to wheel there. Ron to
Lovely offload from Ron.
So Mende with a fantastic run there.
Just couldn't quite keep up with Mende to get the cover in on that breakdown, unfortunately.
So Mende Carlton with a superb break there. And not sure if it was holding on or going off their feet. It looks like Harry Sutherland needs a little bit of treatment, but he's made of tougher stuff than that.
Yeah, Harry Sutherland really likes to grit his teeth down and just crack on with the job. He's one of those boys which is good to have in the team.
So Karen Laidler saying hi, Strew, to you in the chat there. Congratulating Pryor on making his 50th appearance in the Premiership.
Hi there, Karen. Wishing you all the best.
Good carry there from Cam Taylor as Sandy Bay go back down this narrow side. Some real structure from the Bay here.
Ooh.
Lewis Wilson with a fantastic hit there on Dean Rousseau. Janssen with a wide ball to Spanton. Slips it to Bellerman. Oh, Badiana slightly
Nice,
on his
Ben.
shoulder there. And a great pick up there.
Great
by
run from Ben there.
Tanswell.
Finish over from the knock on.
Good ball out the back there from Lewis Wilson. On the ball there. Mende Carlton chasing up on that ball. And also, big shout out to Mary Cook in Westow, Suffolk in England.
Knock on the touch, scrum a line out.
Recently celebrating her 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Mum.
Good to see Kowloon in the Sandy Bay half and actually putting up a bit of a contest down that way of the pitch now.
Yeah, so just a slight knock on there, but some decent pressure there. And I've got to say, Mende Carlton has got some wheels on that left wing, Strew.
He definitely does. He's coming from Shenzhen, like I said, and he has got the speed. Just get the ball into his hands in some open space, and he can really fly with it.
So Laidler feeding the scrummage.
Use it. Yeah, go.
Spanton drops his shoulder. Laidler sets this up for Janssen.
Centimetre 5, stop. Thank you. On now.
Good ball. Just as I say it, just over the head of Gorgeous George.
Step inside. Penalty only.
Will Morris with a good carry there. Some solid defence there coming from Sandy Bay. They have not had to make very many tackles in this game so far.
That's forward, but no advantage here.
So referee Craig Chan coming back.
Penalty only, do you agree? Yep.
Coming back for the high tackle on Will Morris there.
Contact to the chest and up.
So the contact started on the chest and then rode up.
That's half time if you want to know. Backhand place, 2 more steps.
So half time, but Dylan White chooses to take on the challenge. So we can see there the AR's flag fluttering in the breeze there. And a big Line out there. Plucked out of the air by Rousseau on a great sunny bill to Badiana from Pryor. Spanton. Spanton seems to be taking up a lot of kicking duties at first receiver now. But Cam Taylor just a little bit over anxious chasing, and Craig Chan pings him. So again, White taking this on. We've been playing this last play for about 90 seconds now.
Really going into that overtime here.
Also good to see former Sandy Bay player Alex Todd in the chat. Pryor gets in amongst it. So, pretty sure Sandy Bay will hoist this into row 57, and that's a pretty comprehensive 40 minutes of rugby, Strew. 45 points to nil.
Yeah, the scoreline is pushing up a very tough second half for Kowloon to come back and hopefully keep that pressure on that they are taking in from that first half there.
Yeah, it was, I've got to say, not too many unforced errors by the guys. So no. We are now... So we have now got the referees society are going to be doing a...
It's like a crossbar challenge,
trying
I think,
to hit the crossbar. So these guys are always...
Oh, very short on that one.
Not that good. Here we go. Deft skills.
Oh!
And
absolutely nailed it.
Absolutely fantastic. I think
that's.
I can't believe he's chosen the Knight in Pattaya over the Ryan Jones British Lions shirt. Oh, a little bit too much. A little bit too strong there. Oh, here we go. Close, but no cigar. And so some decent nudges here. Oh, this is close. Oh, not quite.
It's like it's just about to skim it.
So this is being sponsored by St James's Place, who are the sponsors of the Hong Kong Referee Society. So this is good work here. Great marketing gimmick here. So that one was absolutely flat. Had the flight of a seagull that had been shot.
There's another one.
Another one. So
it's a wise choice.
This time he chooses the shirt over the ball. So I've got to say, when I saw this bunch of referees step up for this, Drew, I didn't think anybody was going to get anywhere near close, but we've had two.
We've had two so far. I think there's one more prize to give away, so we'll see who can... Oh!
Very close there.
I mean, again, getting the hang of it slowly.
Horrible.
Not quite that one.
So 3 kicks to go. It's getting close.
I'm sure these lads could stay out there all day and just keep kicking for that.
So
that
crossbar. Big thank you to St James's Place and the Referee Society, and our MC on field there, Mr. Mark Jackson.
think we've got time for maybe a couple more. Oh, that one was a P roller.
Oh, that one was close. That's a horrible kick, but close. We got 60 seconds to go before we have to come back. Oh, very close. It's a lovely strike, but
too much power on it.
Yeah, maybe one shredded wheat too many for breakfast this morning. So the last two kicks, and that one is woefully short.
And not quite. Oh, last one.
A
bit wide on that last one there.
Fantastic initiative, and thank you to St James's Place. But two winning kicks there. And very good to see. So it looks like Sandy Bay have made some changes. I can see Subura Sitole on, and skipper Badiana has made way. And Tabiso Mkwebane comes onto the field as well. Pryor and Corey Winters fighting for that ball, and Winters won the battle. So as we come back from half-time, 45 points to 0. And Tabu Murray is also on. And Lewis Wilson cleverly taking the contact inside his 22 so that they can kick directly to touch. But the ball, Jansen fields it just over the line. And
unfortunate for Jansen there.
I would actually say that was a fairly poor piece of play by Jansen there. These are the kinds of mistakes that Mano Mayer will not want Sandy Bay to make.
Again, Pryor getting his hand to it.
So Dean Newvold was off and running there. So Mkwebane is on for his second cap for Sandy Bay, replacing Harry Laidler, who's had an excellent first half, conducting things from the base of the Sandy Bay scrum. As Tanswell feeds this Kowloon scrummage. Some good feet inside. So Lewis Wilson puts his shoulder to the wheel here. Really good carry, and he's done well there. A lot of pressure coming from this Sandy Bay D line. Slowing up this Kowloon ball. Tabu Marie gets the ball to Pryor, and Corey Winters gets half charged down. Fung on the wide outside here. So good turnover there by Dean Newvold. So Charles Jansen measures this, pushes the ball to just inside the 22. So as we've said, a number of changes. Satole has replaced Spanton. Good take by Fari there. Satole. Oh, Fung.
And Harry Sutherland's away.
Swept onto that. Sutherland, well tackled from behind by Corey Winters. Dana Fari with a strong carry there. And Kwabani. And Satole. Oh! Hit high there. Well, when I say high, I don't mean a high tackle, just taken across the chest there.
Yeah. Looked worse than it was.
Oh, Mitch Cox trying to step out through that, gets the ball to Taylor. Keeps those legs pumping. And Tabisa Nkwabani swamped there at the base of that ruck. As Augustin runs into some heavy traffic there. And he's digging that ball out. Sandy Bay playing a little bit too... Oh, dear.
Oh,
and the physio...
Getting in the line of fire there.
Yeah, absolutely. But fair play to the physio. He has stayed to his task. But Harry Sutherland there, who got mown down by Corey Winters from behind. Fantastic intercept there.
It looked like they were about to have that breakaway and send it down to the other end, but I said Corey Winters was good to get in with that covering tackle on Sutherland.
And I think he really surprised Sutherland coming from behind there. And as he was getting treated, the play came right over the top of the physio, bowled him out of the way, but he was straight back to his task of trying to give treatment to Sutherland, who looks like he's in a fair bit of trouble here. Struve.
Yeah, I mean, Sutherland, he is a hard player, he is a strong player, and he will stick it out until he can't walk, and I think he is struggling a fair bit there, so it looks like they're bringing him off, and got a couple of replacements coming on off the bench here for the front row. James Porteous and the Will Gray, who's on loan from Scottish.
Yeah, fantastic community here in Hong Kong with both Sandy Bay and Hong Kong Scottish offering loan players to Kowloon this week.
I think it's good that clubs are doing that. It gives players that maybe aren't getting that game time and exposure to get a chance to actually get out there and show what they can do.
So Kwabani with the feed. Tabu Murray now packing down at 8, having replaced the skipper, Lusanda Badiana, who had a fantastic first chucker. So looks like they're scramming for the penalty, which they've got. Tabiso comes away with the ball. Dean Newvolt to Pryor, who just runs really solidly.
Really well
Great tackle there by
Gadsby.
And Corey Winters staying busy there. Corey Winters there. He's a really busy runner. Just like Cam Taylor, when he's in contact, he keeps his feet moving, keeps his hips and shoulders moving, and makes it really difficult. You've got to haul him all the way to the ground. And Dylan White doing
Trying
everything he could there.
Keep it in, yeah.
Yeah, it was a shot to nothing. He'd got nothing to lose, so worth an effort there. But Sandy Bay now setting up camp on the 5-metre line with a line-out throw here.
I think it's protecting the try line from the maul is the aim here with, we know, Sandy Bay. Oh, not quite gone to plan for...
Absolutely fluffed that one, Sandy Bay. Now playing from... So, Sandy Bay offside there.
Mende again getting that good breakaway, showing that speed.
Not now, thank you. Not now, thank you.
So Willem Murray with something to say to Craig Chan, but Chan sending him away with a flea in his ear.
Who's your captain now? Dana. Can you ask him to stick me? Thank you. On the next one, yeah. Thank you. On the next one, next downtown.
So Dana Faree taking over the captaincy duties.
Yep, I'm in the middle.
As we said, Badiana having a rest. He competed in 2 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions last weekend, and Pryor yet again getting his hands in, and Taylor just busily working through the contact there.
I think that was against his housemate as well, Dylan White.
Some good work there in the contact from Kwabane to Janssen, and Satole bumps off Fung there. Good step inside there by Faree. Pryor has been very busy.
Great turnover from Ron Tabori there. Really just sealing it off.
So pretty sloppy work around the breakdown there from Sandy Bay. Pryor well isolated, and Tavodi, as you said, got his head over the ball. So the ball safely belted into the bleachers, and it gives Kowloon a feed. So lots of changes for Sandy Bay, and not playing quite as fluently as they did for the first 40. Good take by Gadsby.
Always backwards.
Oh.
Knock on by green. Knock on by green.
So a knock on there, so scrummage ball.
Here, guys. Thank you.
Scrummage ball for Kowloon. Nice call there from Charlie Higson-Smith.
Celebrating their win over Tigers earlier.
Yeah, big win for the club over Tigers, game 1 today. So Guy Spanton in the bleachers there, sitting alongside Sandy Bay's former chairman, Mr. Michael Lacey. There with the current Mrs. Lacey, Joe.
I need bigger gap before set. We agree already. All right, let's go, please.
So refocusing myself back in on the game of rugby. Tanswell with the feed to this scrummage. Kowloon will want to get this ball away sharply. So the ball at Gadsby's feet, Tanswell. Fong with a good ball there. And Carlton Mende. And he's...
So again, Mende being very isolated. And Sandy Bay's defence really taking advantage of the isolation there.
Yeah, another really good tackle back by Corey Winters. And Mende had run completely away from any support there. So just in front of us here now, Murray with a feed to the line out.
Pre-match, if they don't provide numbers, I don't count numbers.
So 5-man line out here with the props as bookends. And Mitch Cox goes at the front there. Dana Furi. And then Kwabani clears that ball away. Oh, Sitole hit hard there. But is knocked forward in the tackle there. Corey Winters with a strong carry. Trying to force the ball back. Ron Tavodi tirelessly trying to get over this ball.
Yeah, he's giving it his best shot.
Oh, some good work there from Sam Trod. So some really good defence there from Kowloon. But there was a knock-on in the tackle there.
Mitch Cox just slowly making his way back over to the play. He had a bit of a groin issue on that run that he made from the line out.
Let's go. Much better gap on the last one. Let's keep it like that, please. Both of you.
So Sam Hobbins, the old Kowloon warhorse.
He is. He's just celebrated a birthday recently, so he's
finally
getting another year under the belt.
Finally makes way on the 52-minute mark. So Mkwabani has the feed to this scrummage. The ball is at Tabu Marie's feet. So scrum penalty there. Craig Chan clearly communicating to both sides what the transgression was. And Charles Janssen takes play down to the Kowloon 22.
Line is yours, Kowloon.
Second half's been scoreless so far. Really, both teams holding out, not letting each other get any sort of gain line. It's been all around the centre of the field.
So Pryor rising at the front of the line out there. Sandy Bay have got this ball on the roll. Murray staying hidden there. Regenerating the go forward here. And it's disintegrated in front of them there. It's hard to tell whether this is the same maul or not.
It's
Robin Williams getting in amongst it, and Pryor, who started it off with the line out take. The ball was out there, and that needed to be picked up, and it was. And then Mkwabane gets the ball up to skipper Dana Furi. Going through some phases here. And to be so, Mkwabane goes on his own. And he runs straight into
Leo Toe,
the bulky figure of James Porteous. So offside penalty, and Sandy Bay have opted for the scrummage.
Yeah, we know how this went. Same position, but down the other end in the first half. And with the changes now in, let's see how it goes this end of the pitch.
So it's going to be a challenge here for the Kowloon front row. Been under immense pressure from this Sandy Bay 8 all game. Sandy Bay have got options left and right here. This is a nightmare place to try and defend from.
It's not easy, but Kowloon can be a gritty side to play against and play for. So hopefully they can do the same here and get that grit in and really hold out the Bay.
So on this open side of the scrummage here, Dean Newvold multi-talented player, can also play in the 2 jersey. As Mkwabani feeds this right on the shadow of the Kowloon posts, and Kowloon have gone down. Marie picks the ball up. Probably should have spun and gone to the left there. There was nobody behind him. Great clean out there by Mkwabani. As they bring this ball out, Sabura Sitole runs into Lewis Wilson, wriggles free. So we're back for another penalty.
Let me get a mark, please. Am I here? Lewis, willing under pressure.
And Tabiso looking to try and run that one quickly. And skipper Fari calls for the scrummage.
I think something happened to the flanker, local boy Leo, just after that last breakdown. Getting some treatment now, hopefully. Everything's all okay.
Just behind the post there. It has to be said that Kowloon have.
No, sorry. Is he having a concussion? It's up to you. So is it a blue card or he can play on? That's my question. It's a blue card. Okay.
So
There's a blue card coming out by.
So Leo To has been issued the blue card, which is something here in Hong Kong. That's a concussion protocol.
Yeah.
We don't play HIA in the Hong Kong Premiership. It's called recognise and remove. So once you leave the field for a head injury, your day is done.
And here comes the Sandy Bay loan, Richard Chu for Kowloon.
Yeah, Richard will be desperate to show Mano Maya that he is worthy of selection. He's kind of an all-action player. Really solidly built young man. So yet another scrummage back in the same place. Mkwabani with the feed. This has been a really difficult phase of play for Kowloon. But 17 minutes into this second half, and the second half is still scoreless. By around this time in the first half, Sandy Bay had notched 4 tries, so
it's definitely a better start to the half for Kowloon.
Certainly,
they're holding the
stemmed the flow. So, ball in, is rolling steadily back to Tabu Marie's feet, and he's trying to carry it forward. And they've gone under pressure, and that is the second penalty try of the game.
And the same as the one before, it was coming off the scrum there.
And things will not be getting any easier for Kowloon in the scrummage, as Willem Murray and Rory Cinnamon make way for Jack Lamb and Sonia Famiatel, who returns to domestic competition, having notched a couple of caps against Brazil. He's been a big servant of the Sandy Bay club. Good to see him getting that international recognition. So 52 points to 0.
We're not stopping for the injury. He's fine. Look at him.
And a good spot there, Justin Pearce. Sandy Bay's number 21 is indeed from South Africa. Tabiso Mkwabane. Ball makes it to the tail of the line out there. And immediately Jack Lamb in and over that ball. Obviously was not destined to end up there, so Kowloon unable to affect the clear out. And Jack Lamb swept in over the top of it. So AR on that far side, Steve Copeman.
Kicking from Sandy Bay today has been pretty good, getting them in really good areas of the field to attack the Kowloon defence.
So Jack Lamb nails his first darts there, straight into the arms of Pryor. They've got this driving forward, and Lamb breaks. Lamb breaks away and gets the second try of the second half.
Yeah, I think that international period for Jack Lamb and Sneer is definitely showing that they've had that time with a very experienced setup now and bringing that into the club rugby level. Yeah,
Lamb scored a very, very similar try 2 weeks ago against Brazil. So Charles Janssen with the feed to this scrummage. So Janssen taking a measured approach to this. He struck it well. And
it looks to be good.
Direction is good. Having missed out on the league title last year by points difference, Sandy Bay will be looking to grind out everything they possibly can from this game.
That was a much better kick to start this play here. And
so really good hanging kick there that they got in amongst, and Calvin Joshi there got in amongst it and then got absolutely smashed into the barriers by Mitch Cox. Jack Lamb to Pryor, and Sitole really powering those legs and keeps going. And the ball bouncing, and Joshi puts them under all sorts of pressure. And Dean Newvold with an absolute gift there. That ball, Joshi just a little bit overcomplicated that and threw a terrible pass there to Mende Carlton, and Newvold absolute
just overestimated the distance. I think Mende was away from him. Threw it a bit too high. Not really giving Mende a chance to get the ball clear from the try line.
So pretty regulation kick here for Janssen. And he takes the extras, and that is now 66 points to 0. So having held out for the best part of 20 minutes, that's 3 tries in the space of about 5 minutes there, Strew.
Yeah, I mean, it's credit to Sandy Bay. They are putting a lot of pressure from that first half of this. Second half, we're looking to put a bit more pressure onto them, hopefully. Come away with a try soon if we can stay down in the Sandy Bay half, which is proving with their kicking easier said than done.
So Charles Janssen with a decent kick there. So coming on in place of Augustine, Lau making his second appearance. And Jack Lamb's come away with that throw, overthrown there by Will Gray. Tabu Marie with a really solid carry there. Oh, great pick up there at first slip by Sabura Satole, who breaks away and he keeps going. And he's got the ball to Corey Winters, who has done really well with that ball. And Dean Newvold having just scored. Tabu Marie, close quarters play here. And this could be, and an easy run in there as Kowloon literally just ran out of numbers there. Mitch Cox with a further try for Sandy Bay. Having, it's almost like Sandy Bay have come alive in this last 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, they're really starting to run away with it now. And I think it's going to take a lot for Kowloon to break that whitewash that is coming over from the Sandy Bay side.
Yeah, they put in some really sterling defence there, but in the end just literally ran out of numbers. And Sandy Bay
pretty straightforward
had
kick for Janssen.
Tao and Cox lining up, as you say. Regulation kick there, 73 points to 0 now. It's been a pretty comprehensive display.
Yeah, like I said at the start, Sandy Bay, they played some good rugby against club last week. And unfortunately, due to injuries, you can see that the Kowloon side just isn't firing on all cylinders. Hopefully, against club next week, boys are coming back and we can start to see Kowloon back to some winning ways.
So a shorter kick this time from White. Tabu Marie just literally throws off thing. Charles Janssen throws a big wide pass there. Jack Lamb streaking down the wing. But
I think it might have been Gadsby there taking.
Yeah, Gadsby is struggling a little bit down on his haunches. Jack Lamb just putting a hoof in the water jump there.
I'm in the middle. Great substitution. Number 8.
So it looks like Gadsby's making way here. Patapun Tumtep, homegrown talent for Kowloon.
Young player.
Young man, still under 20.
Okay, are we? Okay, let's go.
No lack of effort today from anybody in a Kowloon jersey. Another good bit of disruption there from Pryor. Tried to drop it down to Mkabani, but just ended up palming it into touch there. So just about 12 minutes to go now. So not straight in the line out, and Sandy Bay, no hesitation, going for the scrummage. So Sandy Bay with 16, 17 and 18, packing down Lau, Lam and Famiatau. Cox, Marie and Newvolt, the back row for Sandy Bay now. And that's gone down. quite a bit of pressure on this loosehead side. Ben Jensen van Vuren so far put in a 70-minute performance. The last thing you really want is a fit and fresh Famiatau to scrummage against.
You can see some tired bodies coming out in the Kowloon side now, putting in a hell of a shift for the maroon jersey today.
So some really good work there. Samari comes away with the ball. Oh, and a great ball there to Corey Winters, who absolutely puts on the afterburners. That was a great ball from Tabiso Mkabane. And Corey Winters over for, I think that's his second try.
We've got about 8 minutes left on the clock from what the refs are saying now.
That was try number 12 for Sandy Bay.
You can really feel the cold coming over Hong Kong now. Much nicer for the boys to be playing in, especially as it gets into that later kickoff times.
So Charles, with the conversion, takes the points out to 80 points to 0 now.
Good take off the kickoff there from
Dana Faree.
Yeah, in the second row position again.
Oh,
and Kowloon
Famiatau with a really loose carry there. So yellow card. So Sandy Bay will see out the rest of this game with only 14 men, high tackle and head contact there. Extra roll there with the ball. Big Robin Williams, former player in the English Championship with the Bedford club.
I'll tell you, Ron Tavodi's been having a pretty good defensive streak there, just attacking anything in his sight.
Satole really has got the bit between his teeth today. And that was a bit of a scruffy old kick from Charles Janssen. The ball on the inside there. So Mende, Richard Chu. So Richard Chu there with forward pass. And bit of a cramping up injury there.
Yeah, like you say, it is getting colder. It's going to be affecting the bodies.
Just to get it into perspective, though, for anybody that is not in Hong Kong, when we're saying it's getting a bit colder, it's still it's still 19 degrees.
Yeah,
would be a summer's day. Most other places in the
it'd be a
in the
beer
world.
garden weather back in the UK, and other places, but here it's woolly jumpers and hats and scarves for a lot of people.
So, sad sight to see Dylan White making way. He's been very much at the heart of anything good that Kowloon have put together today. As we've said, a really talented footballer.
Yeah, you've seen him develop a lot over the last couple of years, being involved with the Hong Kong China team, and you really see it coming into the Kowloon side as well.
So another good scrummage here from Sandy Bay, and they've got the advantage there. Cam Taylor posting up there, and Kwabane got around him. Sam Trod with a really good intervention there, and Bellarmine, it's good play. Ron Tavodi in with another good tackle there on Marie. And Kwabane's off on his own. He's like an electric eel, this man. Great work there. And the ball ends up in the hands of Sam Trod there, and they go to the left side. Ball into the hands, I think that's Mitch Cox, ranging in the wide channel there.
Just creeping in the corner there.
It's clear that Cox has been given the job to range in the wide channels. So takes the score out to 85 points. So there's about 3 minutes to go. Sandy Bay currently down to 14 men. So Charles Janssen with this wide out kick here. Measuring this one up. Good strike. And
just off the post and out from the looks of it.
Just off to the outside. So score remains 85 points to 0.
Definitely had the legs on that kick. Just missing slight bit of direction to get it through the middle.
High hanging kick up the middle, and Tabu Marie comes forward and claims it with real authority there. Satole followed by good clean out. And Kwabane makes his first mistake of the day, unfortunately. But he's had a really accomplished run at the half-back position here for Sandy Bay in the second half.
Yeah, the subs that have come on for Sandy Bay have really kept the flow going for them and helped keep the pressure on Kowloon.
And Annaline Rousseau says, hello, hello, up the bay. I'm guessing that's all the way from South Africa, cheering on Dean. So Henry Yoon with the feed to this scrummage. Can Kowloon get some salvation? They've hung into this scrummage really well so far. Great scrummage from Kowloon there. Oh, he's done really well there, Carlton, but the turnover is good. Fanning comes away. The ball's been ripped away from him. So there's a three-way turnover there as Cox now comes away with the ball up into the hands of Marie. Sandy Bay trying to finish this game with a flourish. Trod Corey Winters just running himself into touch there.
Attempting the offload out the back, just not quite coming off.
So, penalty there. Pryor just putting his hand in, blocking the ball from being kicked, and Mende Carlton, off he goes again. Good tackle there from Charles Jansen, and that is no side. Referee Craig Chan blowing the final whistle, and that has been a pretty comprehensive 80-minute performance by Sandy Bay, running out 85 points to their winners over Kowloon. What are your thoughts, Drew?
It's a tough one for the Kowloon boys. They will have to regroup this week ahead of the club match and try and come out guns firing against them next week. Some boys coming back from injury will be good. But all kudos to Sandy Bay. They really took advantage and of the moments that they had, and every single chance they took it.
Yeah.
So it was a good display from them, and like I said, we'll come back and have to regroup this week.
Yeah, I thought that Ron Tavodi had a good game. Only blemish really was the yellow card, but he put effort in all day. Gadsby was good. Carlton Mende also showed some real touches that once he got some space and ball, he could light things up, and obviously Dylan White at number 10.
I think there's definitely a lot of talent in this Kowloon team, and it does show in flurries. We just need to take it from those flurries and consistently put it in throughout the 80 minutes. Lewis, obviously the CCO for Kowloon, Lewis Wilson, he's getting a good little run out there, full 80 for the Maroons side today, and showing why he is in that coaching position, leading by example.
And leading Sandy Bay through the tunnel there was half centurion Mark Pryor. A fitting way for him to celebrate his 50th cap. And as I say, a pretty clinical performance there from start to finish by Sandy Bay. I know that Mano Mayer will be a lot happier with that performance. But I think what he's going to be asking of his players is, it's all well and good to put on the showboat when you're playing Kowloon. They've now got to come up with these kinds of performances when they're playing against Football Club, who put them under pressure last week.
Yeah, it's be interesting to see how Sandy Bay, if they carry on performing like that throughout the league this year, and who knows, they might come away with that top spot. They were in the finals last year, so they were pushing towards the finals last year. And it is like you say, they do have the skills there within the team. Jack Lamb, Sania, those boys that are doing the international duties, gaining that experience outside and able to bring it into the players that are not in that international setup.
Yeah, no, it was as I said, it was an 80-minute performance by Sandy Bay there. Just a final shout out for Jean Forey up the bay. Well done, great rugby, and a final call out for my mother, Mrs. Mary Cook. Good to see you. Good to see you up bright and early on a Saturday morning, watching in from the UK. So, Stu, thank you very much for your help.
No,
Have you enjoyed your debut?
Yeah, it's been an interesting one for sure, especially coming from the side that is on the losing side. But I'm sure we will come back and regroup, and I look forward to being on the other end of the commentary next time, being out there on the pitch, hopefully. Yeah,
fantastic. Well, hope to see you out there soon. Thanks a lot, and we'll be back for Game 3, which is Valley versus Hong Kong Scottish, in about half an hour's time.
Thank you.
The Cathay HSBC Hong Kong Sevens